Here's a song about what I commonly like to think of as the worst thing that ever happened to me. A teenage event that happened to me. This song is called The Last Time I Did Acid, I Went Insane. A sad but true story. It was a night in July, a long, long time ago. Why'd I eat the acid? I don't know. I wasn't thinking and I wasn't scared. Why'd I eat the acid? I wasn't prepared. The last time I did acid, I went insane. And I was hanging out with some friends just getting loaded, when all of a sudden my mind exploded. I realized I was gay and I got paranoid. I was sitting on the floor listening to Pink Floyd. The last time I did acid, I went insane. And I was drawing crazy pictures, and before I was done, the picture started pulsing like an alien lung. And I said, oh my god, this has just begun. And it was 12 more hours before I was done, and we were up on the rooftop. And I'll tell you the truth, I was convinced I'd already fallen off of the roof. And these weird metal things all around that space, they were teleporting me from place to place. The last time I did acid, I went insane. So we ran back downstairs where it was better to be, but I was trapped in spiral staircase infinity. And when we got to the door, I couldn't go inside, cause it was the gates of heaven and I had died. The last time I did acid, I went insane. And this kid named Grim, he punched a cat in the head. He could read my thoughts, that's what he said. And he described what it was like, but I didn't believe it. Like lifting a rug and seeing stars beneath it. Ooh. And the first rule of tripping was, don't be with people you don't trust. The second rule of LSD, the rooftop is not a good place to be. The third rule is to be prepared. The fourth rule is to not get scared. The fifth rule is to stay serene. Turn off your mind and float downstream. The sixth rule is to have a good friend at hand. The seventh rule, I hope you understand, is not to look too deep into your soul, or you might find a hideous, hopeless hole of hatred, hunger, infinite, idiot, mindless, meaningless, nothingness, 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 nothingness. And that's basically what I did. And every aspect of life that I selected was instantly and brutally dissected. I saw the horrible emptiness within and the reasons behind everything. And it was at that moment that I went insane. And people may ask me nowadays, Jeffrey, you've been singing this song for a long time about the last time you did acid, you went insane, and about how everything was meaningless and nothingness. But maybe this requires more explanation, because it was very complicated, this realization of meaningless that I had at age 16. It's possible that these things are just universally true, but at the same time it was quite shocking to me as a youthful teenager to realize the true extent of the meaninglessness. In fact, I realized it to such an extent on that occasion that I thought I had realized some deep meaning of life that I was never going to be able to reveal to anybody else, or else I would ruin their life the way that mine had been ruined by this realization. And that even worse than the horrible realization that everything was meaningless was the realization that I couldn't tell anybody else about it, and I was gonna have to just be completely, silent about it, because I didn't want to be personally responsible for destroying all human consciousness by revealing to other people the meaninglessness of things. But I think at this point, maybe I've almost come to terms with the meaninglessness of it. I mean, there's a certain liberating aspect to it. It's like if I play a bad show that has no meaning, if I, there's one can be quite liberated by it. But at the time, it was pretty. It was horrible to realize this. I don't know. Nobody ever raises their kids telling them that everything is meaningless, but they probably should, because then it wouldn't come as a shock when they're 16 and they do acid and they realize everything is meaningless. But I suppose the fact that everybody thinks something different is true was the worst part of it to me. I thought, well, not quite the worst part. The worst part was really that I realized that everybody thought something different is true, therefore everything is meaningless, but that is just what I think is true. And that was really the most horrible part. And that was the last time I did acid. I went insane, and therefore, having gone insane, I realized I probably just shouldn't do acid again, because I wouldn't want to go more insane, so that was the last time. Thank you.